If you're like a lot of people who have heard the counsel to listen to your body, but you just don't know how to do that and you don't feel like you can trust listening to your body, then today's episode's for you. Fitness expert Galina Penev gives us a great place to start to learn how to, again, how to listen to our bodies and to remind us that our bodies can be trusted. Stay tuned. Oh, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Nourished Life for Christian Women. Today, I'm excited to bring you my guest, Galina Penev. Galina is a fitness specialist, and more than that, when I learned about Galina and read about her approach to our relationship with our body, I knew that I needed to talk to her and share her with you. Galina Penev is a certified nutritionist and personal trainer who works with busy women over 30 who are doing everything right and still don't feel like themselves. I feel like too many of us fall into that category. Her work goes beyond meal plans and workout routines. She helps women slow down and hear what their bodies are truly asking for and trust what they hear. Through mindful movement, simple nourishment, and nervous system support, she guides women out of exhaustion and into a relationship with their body that finally feels safe, kind, and sustainable. So, thank you, Galina, for being with us this morning.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, everyone. Thank you for your invitation. It's a privilege to be here because I really love your show and your mission. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Galina. Let's start with your story. What brought you to explore the things you needed to explore and research, and to learn the things you needed to learn? What sparked that for you?
Okay. So honestly, everything started with my own body falling apart. I moved to Florida from Bulgaria to be with my husband, and everything started almost immediately. I didn't move my body. I gained weight for 1 year. I was around 18 pounds more. And then I had a knee pain, sharp knee pain. I also found a lump in my breast. And for 1 month, doctor couldn't tell me what exactly going on with myself. And this period of time, it was so challenging for me. I was so scared, and I just went to doctor after doctor, spent a lot of money. They just gave me some medications for my symptoms, but honestly, they didn't ask the right questions to understand really what is the root cause of my sufferings.
Mhm.
And I also went through IVF attempts. One of them, the pregnancy test was positive, but after 6 weeks, I lose my baby, and
Mhm.
then the depression uh, was deeper. And for 2 years, I worked a lot with myself, with my mental health. But honestly, because doctors couldn't help me at all to understand the root causes of my sufferings, I needed to find everything by myself. And nowadays, it's so easy to find information, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I felt so overwhelmed and confused. What is the truth, especially for my body, for myself? And for years, almost 3 years, I work on that to heal my body. And uh, after 3 years, fortunately, everything is okay with me. But then I decided to want to help other women who has been in my situation or still in my situation, because I want to prevent them to be really sick.
Mhm.
Uh, and one of the keys and secrets is to really understand your body needs. And also, I recognize that the stress is not only in our mind, the stress is in our bodies. So we need to release this stress in our jaw, shoulders, chest, hips, We need to release the stress because in other way that can affect us mentally and physically as well. And because of my own story, struggles many years with different kind of health issues, and after healing my body, I decided to study for nutritionist, personal trainer, and to help as many women as I can.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate so much what you said because it is, I want to kind of go into a few of the things that you tried on your path because I think so many of us have tried the same thing. Where
Mm,
if there's some kind of, medical situation that comes up, we go to the doctors and hope and kind of expect to find the answers that we're looking for there. But, I've said this before and, no hate toward the doctors. They do a lot and they're very well educated. But realizing that in Western medicine, medical personnel are not trained to nutrition. They're not trained to that type of thing. They're trained to medications and the diagnoses and the medications, but we treat things in Western medicine so much individually, like individual parts of the body instead of the body as a whole. And another thing that I wanted to touch on was the where you talk, I feel like what you do, one of the things I love about what you do and how you approach it is not just, okay, fitness for the sake of, let's build these muscles and get your body shaped that way and get you in such a, this level of cardio performance. It's not just about the physical, although, but it's the nervous system, and that our nervous system needs to be dealt with too. And then it's no surprise to anybody how much our fitness and our health are tied to our mental health, but really to integrate all of these. So, have you seen it in your practice and yourself or in your practice, like what kind of resistance do you see where people's like, well, they just like you felt so confused by so much information that it's easy to just go, whatever, I give up, or just keep seeking more and more and get more and more frustrated. Have you seen that? And how do you approach that?
Yeah, most of the women, by the way, struggle with this to stay consistent and to know what exactly to do. And one of the reasons is because they influence from all other people that they think fitness should be like a big commitment, or you need to assign for, let's say, a big program or a big plan. But this is not true, and I don't believe in this. I believe that probably you're not consistent because of your approach,
Mhm.
because the way how you want to stay consistent is not the right way because it's not fit your real life. So you need to ask yourself, if I want to start this, can I be consistent for, let's say, for 1 year at least?
Mhm.
And if the answer is no, so you need to simplify. You
Mhm.
need to understand what small actions, because small actions can help you to stay consistent, and consistency always win.
Okay,
You
so
need to,
excuse me, I'm sorry. What I'm hearing you say is that rather than try to make your life fit your plan, find a
mm,
plan that fits your life.
exactly, exactly.
And
Yeah.
that leads to consistency, and that consistency, I mean, with this and anything else in life,
Exactly.
consistency wins
Yeah,
the day.
one of the misconceptions is, for example, you need to go to the gym for 1 hour 3 times per week, and but this is not the true. You can, for example, do 20 minutes workout at home while your kid is at school, and this is something that fits your life and that can help you to stay consistent. So this is what will change your well-being. This is what will change to feel better inside and out. Not the big plan, not to going to the gym 3 days for, let's say, no 1 hour because you need to travel, right? So just find your best way
Mhm.
to do it. That
Mhm.
is your real life. Yeah.
Well, something that I have, and this all rings so true to me. These are things that I have struggled with, and even still, I have to remind myself, a workout doesn't have to be an hour long to count. It's like for some reason I've got an hour in my because classes are usually an hour or close to an hour long, or it's like you go to the gym for an hour. It's that just for some reason an hour gets stuck, And I still have to remind myself it doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be an hour. So the things that you're saying really ring true to me. But so how would you, and two, another thing connected with that, something that I have made so much progress on, but still it's a dialogue I have to have with myself. Um,
Mm,
the things that quote unquote count as exercise. Um,
mm,
address that if you would, because it's so easy to go, like you said, you have to go to the gym 3 times per week. And when you're at the gym, you have to be on the cardio machines, then you have to do the weights, and then you have to, and so we get these ideas of what it has to look like. And so
mm.
how do you address that with the women that you work with?
Honestly, as I said, this is a misconception, right? So this is not the truth. The truth is to find your way. It could be only 20 minutes and it still count. You need to hear this. Because you can do, let's say, instead of going 3 times per week in a gym, you can do 20 minutes, but 5 times. But that can help you to do forever or as much as you can. And consistency can help you to build the body that you want, the energy that you want, the mood that you want, the way how you want to feel. So just ask yourself if 20 minutes working out at home can help me to stay consistent, go for it. This is your way. This is what means to listen to your body. This is what means it fits your real life, your real family, your real work. You know how busy you are. Nobody can tell you what to do. You know better. Just ask the right question. And the right question is, can I stick with this kind of practice? If the answer is yes, go for it. If the answer is no, you need to simplify it.
Um, I want to go back to something you just said in there, to listen to your body.
Mm,
And that's a phrase that we're hearing more and more of these days. But
mm,
it's a phrase that I know I have come across people who resist that, and I'm sure you probably have too, where it's like, if I listened to my body, I would just be eating ice cream and scrolling Netflix. So,
mm.
they don't, and I think that really speaks to that we don't trust our bodies. So how do you think that that comes about, that we don't trust our bodies, and that so we can't listen to them, or we don't trust them enough to listen to them, and what can we do about that?
Yeah. I think nowadays this is a big problem because a lot of people, as I said, just follow someone else's rules.
Mhm.
And when you want to follow someone else's rules, you started to be more disconnected with your body. And then when someone, and I also share that you need to listen to your body, you can't understand it because this disconnection is huge because you just follow for so many years someone else's rules, what to eat, how to move, how to release the stress. And in this case, you're completely disconnected from your body. So I'll be honest, it will take time because, as I said, for many years, most of the time, this is what women that I worked shared with me. They stopped listening their own bodies. They stopped to be aware of the body signal. But your body always communicates with you. You just stop listening. And what can help you is, for example, journaling. After eating, your breakfast, lunch, whatever you eat, just journal how you feel. What is the signals that your body gives you? Bloating, for example, stomach pain, or I don't know, diarrhea, for example, constipation. This is the signs that something is not going on in the right way for you. For example, we know that bananas are healthy food, they're fruit, right? But for your own body can cause something. For example, stomach pain or constipation. So, but For example, someone just tells you you need to eat bananas with peanut butter or protein and yogurt or something like that, and you just eat it without thinking, without checking what's going on really with your body. And same with movement. You just follow specific plan without really be mindful how your body feel. So for someone, workouts with dumbbells would be great, but for someone, no, because of your physical situation. So it takes time to be aware. And one simple step, for example, when you're thirsty, or just drink water, not after finishing your email or after answering someone text message, just drink water. And this is the first step how you start to trust your body because you do what your body tells you at this moment that you need.
I love that
So,
as a starting place. That's super simple. And honestly, I've never heard anybody say that in that way. I mean, you hear all the time,
mhm,
drink water, stay hydrated. But in that way, to use that, it's such a simple step to use to start relearning to listen to and trust our bodies. That's a great tip. Thank you. Um, and you talked about, that it'll take time. Well, we live in a world that's like, this is so easy. You can find any number of headlines in any number of places. Lose 10 pounds in 5 days or 20 pounds in 2 weeks. And it's like, okay, come on. And it's really easy to get into that. I just want to see results now. We live in a very, instant gratification time of life. And
mm,
so that easy, looking for those easy, fast results, that can be a hard mindset to come over because, but usually by the time we're doing something, we've gotten so frustrated with how things are, we just want them to change as quickly as possible.
mm.
So, how do you work with people to help them to be patient with the results, and what results might we be looking for if we're not looking for being able to drop 10 pounds in 2 weeks? What results can we be looking for that can keep us encouraged?
One quote that I really, really love is this. The goal is not what you accomplish, it's about who you become.
Mm,
Because the focus here is not on the accomplishment. The focus is on what kind of person you become, what kind of person you want to be. And practices can help you to be the person that you want to be, not focusing on the results, not counting the numbers can help you to be the person that you want to be, the person that want to feel great, right? So you need to focus on your habits, building your habits, because habits can help you to stay consistent. And consistency is something that can serves you forever.
mhm.
So focus on what kind of person you want to be. Focus on the process, not the end results. And I promise you that will change your life in a better way, not focusing on the end goal.
Yeah, so focusing more on the being than the
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
That's great. That's great counsel. Um, I just thought of something I wanted to ask you, and it just left my mind. So let me just ask you this. How, like, what? I know when people come to you, they're obviously ready to make a change, but what things do you find them being most resistant once they've decided, okay, I need to make a change, and they've come to somebody like you or, done some other whatever step they're going to take to start making that change. What kind of resistance do you find? Like, what are people once we decide to make the change, what like comes up in our head, and what are some of the roadblocks that we hit that
Mm.
start tripping us up again?
Yeah. One of the fears, by the way, that they have is that if they start again, they will give up again.
Mm, hmm.
This is one of the things. And I try to explain to them that um, is is not important to again, as I mentioned, it's important to ask yourself this question. How do you want to feel? And if I start this, let's say, program, or I don't know, yeah, this program, let's say, including workouts or how to eat or whatever, just ask yourself, is this program fit my real life? This is what can really help you to stop this resistance and to start doing it. Just ask yourself at the beginning before starting anything else. Yeah, this is what most women just shared with me, this fear that probably if they start again, they will give
Mhm.
up. And the problem is not yours. You're not the problem. The problem is your approach, the way how you want to start. And this way should fit your real life. Then you can continue and will not give up.
That's such a great place to start because so many of us have done that backwards. Again, going back to what we said earlier, we tried it. It's like, oh, this looks like a great plan. So I'm going to take my life and I'm going to mold it to that plan. And that's where it does become hard and we do like resist and, if like, oh, well, I know I need, again, using the example you used before, I know I need to be going to the gym 3 times a week. So I just have to find a way to make that happen. And that's where we start arguing with ourselves about willpower and dedication and all of those things that we think are the problem when
Yeah.
that's not the problem. It's the mindset of trying to conform our life to what we think it should look like as opposed to just finding something that can fit our life. And that leads me into another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. There are people with, age or physical restrictions that, and I've talked to many people who said, well, I can't exercise.
Mm.
What do you say? How do you work with people like that? Or, I don't know if they come to you, but what would you say to somebody who says, I can't exercise?
I tried to figure out why, what is the real reason, because sometimes they think that they can't exercise, but
Mhm.
it is something in their mind or someone else told them that is not possible. But just walking is also enough. And nowadays, a lot of people, because of their job, they're in front of the computer many, many hours
Mhm.
and they don't walk enough. But our body is born to move. We
Mhm.
need is to walking. So probably for you, it will be strange. Oh, just walking. Yes, just walking can help you. Let's say if you can't work out, you can do 10,000 steps, for example,
Mhm.
to just walking. And that's could be enough for you because your body is unique. Your situation is different than somebody else. So you need to do what your body is capable of to accept what is capable of and just do your best. Don't compare yourself with somebody else. Do what you can, what your body can.
I love that because I think that part of what people who struggle with that are running into again is what they think exercise should look like. I
Mm.
can't do that, and so I can't exercise. But just be recognize what can our body do? Are we wheelchair bound, but we can move our arms? What can we do with our arms? What can we
Exactly.
There's so many things that count that help our body that I think we just kind of get hung up sometimes on um imagining, well, I'll never be able to run a marathon. Okay, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But even if it's true and you never run a marathon, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that you can't be fit. It doesn't mean that you can't move, but just getting again hung up on that, what we think things should look like.
Yeah.
And being I love that your emphasis on what are you capable of because it's so easy to think, well, this what exercise and movement looks like. I can't do that. Therefore, my body is not capable of exercising. It's like, well, okay, don't look at what your body's not capable of. Look at what it is capable of and start there.
So true. I completely agree with you.
So
Yeah.
thank you. That's great. Great counsel again. Um, so what are some of your favorite things about what you do? Like, and maybe some of your favorite, the changes that you see in women as they change this mindset, as they find a way to move that fits their life.
When usually we start really small, and again, everyone is unique, and I try to approach everyone in a different way. But I try first to prove them that really with small steps you can achieve a big result. And at the beginning, they don't trust me, but then after, let's say, 1 month, they started to share, oh, I sleep better. Oh, I
Mm,
have more energy. I lose weight without struggling, without counting my foods, without measuring myself every week or something like that. And I haven't expected that I need to release the stress from my body as well because most of them they heard about meditation or breathing exercises, but sometimes this is not enough
mhm.
and you need to do more to release the stress, let's say through somatic exercises that can help you to release the stress from your body. So yeah, this is the feedback that I receive mostly after working for a while, that they feel amazing without any kind of struggles. And this is what they love mostly. Yeah.
And that can be shocking because it feels like cheating. It's like it's supposed to be hard. We're supposed to work hard, and that's so much, and the endurance and the, no pain, no gain, and all of that kind of driven mindset when it comes to exercise and movement. And so when you're coming here and saying small steps consistently, that can feel like, well, this is too easy. This is too easy. And A, if it's so easy, it can't possibly work. And B, I mean, I feel guilty because I feel like I should be working harder at this.
But it's exactly the opposite, exactly the opposite. Because you have only one life, why you should struggle with this? And the health is not a big commitment. No, it could be something so simple that you can follow it and enjoy it, doing it. So just find out what is your real movement that makes you feel a joy, not like a work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that joy in movement is for a lot of people feel like a foreign concept. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be a job. It's
No,
fun.
not at all.
It can be enjoyable. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and I didn't talk to you about this ahead of time, so I'm not sure if this is something that you can answer. But what about as especially women, especially as women's bodies age?
Mm,
They respond differently. So do you have
mm,
any advice or counsel for women who are either, currently in menopause or postmenopausal, as far as how to, because that can also be another thing. It's hard to go, in your 50s, 60s, whenever you're postmenopausal, to
mm.
make that shift of my movement, my exercise routine is going to look different now than it did in my 20s and 30s and 40s. And the things that worked then are not necessarily going to work now. So would you have thoughts about that?
Yeah, I can say mostly I agree with this because this is the truth. Our bodies change during the years. It's not the
Hmm.
same. So that means you need to change your approach again. You can't you still can do what you did in your 20s, but probably it will not get you the results that you want. And something that can help you really to add some strength workouts like dumbbells or bands, even though bands are enough,
Mhm.
because you want to keep your muscles and bone density as much as you can. So for sure that can help. And adding more protein also can help you, because our estrogen level changes a lot as well. So yeah, but again, don't go, let's say, going to the gym and working out for 1 hour with whatever machines. You should do it. You still can do it at home with dumbbells, 5 pounds or 10 pounds, or with the time you can change it. But again, listen to your body, because your body probably can do it. And as I said, the movement is the most important part. Yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't
So
matter how. Yeah.
the big takeaway, it sounds like, is that to learning to listen to our bodies again, but that is based on learning to trust our bodies again. And
Yes.
that drinking when we're thirsty is a great place to start.
Exactly.
Super simple, non-threatening.
Exactly. Yeah. And journaling can help you a
And
lot as
journaling, yeah. Journaling is such a powerful tool. And the one thing that I love again about the time that we live in and the things that are so available to us, there are people who's like, yeah, I'm not a journaler. I'm not going to say, I don't have anywhere to sit down and write things down. Okay, if you're not going to write it down, there is actually neuroscience behind actually physically writing something down on,
well.
taking pen to paper. But if that's not your jam, again, don't try to make your life fit the plan. Make the plan fit your life. And so maybe
Yeah.
just jot down a few notes on your notes app on your phone. Or if you don't even want to do that, open up your memo and just speak it.
Exactly.
There's not a certain way that journaling has to look. We don't have to have a cute journal and a cute pen and 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening to journal. It's like this is not
Not at
how it
all.
doesn't have to look any particular way.
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
So journaling and drinking. All right. Well, anything else that you'd like to touch on before I ask you my final favorite question?
Mm, I think, yeah, you should just start to believe yourself, your own body needs, trust your body, trust yourself, because nobody else understands your situation, and nobody else can tell you what you should do. You know better than anyone else. Just trust yourself. Believe me. This is the secret.
Yeah, that's great counsel, and that can be a lot easier said than done.
Yeah,
And we've
true.
spent so much time learning to not trust ourselves. That's a great foundational point. So, ma'am, my favorite question, in your experience and just in your life in general, maybe not related to fitness, but maybe related to fitness, what are your top things that you feel are critical, really integral parts of living a life that truly nourishes you, body and soul?
I love this question. So, one of the things for sure is gratitude. I
Mm,
really believe in this. So, every day, just mention, but for me, it's very important to write or just speak, whatever, three specific things, very specific things that you're grateful for, because that can change your day, your life, if you start your day with gratitude. Something else that helped me a lot, of course, is movement, because movement not changing only your body, it changes your mood, it changes your stress, it changes your sleep. Also, of course, probably most of you know, you need to eat whole foods. It should be so simple, whole food, because food is nourishment, nourishing your body, nourishing your soul as well. And take care of your stress, because as I mentioned, the stress is not only in your mind, it's in your body. So you need to release it. And all of these things can help you to nourish your body and soul. And again, the most important thing is to listen yourself, your body, your intuition, because you're the most important person in your life.
mm,
And this is not selfish. This is true. Because if you don't take care for yourself, you can't help others. You can't support and serve others, your family, your coworkers. You need to start with yourself. Yeah, this is what I want to
Well,
share.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate your time so much today, Galina, and all of your shared insights and wisdom. And invite all of us listening to remember that eating is peaceful, movement is joyful, and your worth is never up for debate. See you next
Yeah.
week. If today's episode or any other has resonated with you, I wanted you to know that I offer a free 30-minute call. If you'd like to schedule that, you can find the details for how to do that in the description for this episode. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe.